Do you guys have any sex kinks? Do you have one? You clearly do because you're looking at him like, oh my God.
You do look like you have one. I'll let you go.
Well, we were joking about it last night.
Do tell.
I don't know how to explain this without it coming out so weird.
I'm scared.
When we're like, ooh.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah, it's going to sound weird. Just say it.
Can you try to explain it?
No, you're the one that brought it up. I know you wanna lick you from your head to your toes, and I wanna move from the bed down to the floor, and I wanna you make it so good. I don't wanna leave, but I gotta know what was your fantasy. I wanna get you to know. Wait, what is it? No, I wanna get you in the Georgia Dome. I wanna fit you out loud while the dirty birds getting the treat.
He's actually.
And if you want, we can do it in the DJ booth or in the back of the VIP.
Yeah.
What was the song you were singing? Wait, what was the song you were singing yesterday to me? The whole thing. He was pretending like he was a fuckboy, and it was so funny. He was like,
"It was Fireman by
Fireman,
Lil Wayne."
Fireman, I got that fire. I'm hollering. I got that fire coming. You could spark it up, and I'ma put you out. Ow,
Fresh on campus, it's the Birdman Jr.
Oh, go to the part where it's like, ain't nobody fucking with me, man. He-Man, ski-man, send him next week's cash. She fast. And I don't even need a G-Pass. I'm past that. I'm passing them out now. And you can't have that.
And you can have that.
You can have that.
I don't know that one as well.
What was the one you were singing yesterday?
Do you know Dead and Gone? I know that whole one too.
Oh,
that one's scary.
Is that T.I.?
Yeah. If you had a man stay home, it took getting hate on. I have to like bleep out all the bad words.
Do you guys want to get married now?
No.
Not really.
No, I love you.
You know any songs that we can sing, Soph?
Baby shark doo 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 doo.
Baby shark doo 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 doo. Baby shark.
I feel like that's Ben's theme song.
We should get a karaoke machine up in this B.
I just have this. I think Sid just has this image of me like I'm like a
like
literal child.
No, like he's literally just like
you're really good at acting like a kid.
You're a giant baby.
You need your diaper?
You need your diaper?
You can change my diaper whatever you want, Plant Daddy.
Honestly, it'd be kind of convenient to wear a diaper.
People here are messed up.
Dude, I think that was a better start than what we had.
Yeah, I know. Wait, did we?
Are we going?
No. Everything's recording, so y'all can rip it.
Oh. Should we jump in now?
I've already made a fool of myself.
Oh my word! Are we in?
Come later.
Let's just go in.
Okay,
we're in.
We're in. Hi.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing over there? Yeah, I see ya. What are you doing? Listening in the car ride? I'm listening to you. I'm talking to you right now in your little ears. Okay, that was creepy. I will address right now. I have a sinus infection and an ear infection. I do not feel well. I am gonna turn it on as much as I can, but this is how I sound. Like this is
it's
it
cute.
right now.
Sounds super normal.
It's a little more raspy than
it's
usual.
a little more raspy.
We're proud of you.
But I can't hear very well, so if you have to yell and go, "Hey Sid, wake up over there," because I take a little mid-episode nap, that's why.
Okay, that's cool. Well, that's okay because I've been having some. I've almost pooped my pants like 3 times today. If I also have to bolt out, it's okay. Also wearing my dad's pants.
Just do it.
So here's the conversation I wanted to start, which would be the perfect time to talk about it.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, first, you're wearing your dad's pants. Tell us why. What's going on?
So me and Pat were house sitting, and I didn't really pack cute clothes. So I decided to rage my parents' closet, rave my parents' closet, and found the rage cage. Found the green pants. So,
I love them.
And my mom's shirt. So here we are. Looks like I have. What did Jenny call it?
A moose
you
knuckle.
have a moose knuckle.
She said it's not just a camel toe, it's a moose.
No, literally.
It's both.
But someone was telling me the other day, and I have to bring this up because I was going to bring this up on an episode, but this literally makes perfect sense. You keep covering. Stop covering your moose knuckle.
People want to
show the people what they want to see.
They want to see that.
Let them see the knuckle. Come on. We are so obsessive with like the scrunchy pants with the butt. You know what I mean? For in the butt and the back.
That like goes up your butt crack?
Like on purpose because people are going to look at your butt, right? Yeah. That's literally why you wear them. Right. Like you know that people are going to look at your ass. You want it to look good. It makes total sense. But then why are we so afraid of the lips in the front?
Yeah.
Why are we so fearful of the camel toe? Like it actually makes my mind go, wait, what? We're so okay with the crack in the back. But then right when you get to the front, it's like it's not okay.
I actually saw a TikTok.
That's
and it was
weird.
It was the girl, like a girl hack on how to cover your camel toe at the gym. She was like doing some weird sewing and all this shit. And this girl duetted it. And she was like, why are we doing that?
Let it shine,
I honestly,
baby.
I do pull my leggings up my ass crack because we all do.
Yeah, why would we not?
Like, it makes your butt look 10 times bigger. And I for sure have a camel toe 90% of my day, and I let her ride because I'm also not wearing underwear anymore because Dr. Sarah told me not to.
Yeah, me either. Literally.
Shout out Dr. Sarah.
Shout out Dr. Sarah. But it's like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, even when I teach, like I remember like one of my friends was like, hey, you've got like a camel toe right now. And I go, apparently I've got a camel toe right now and I really don't care. Because I'm like, why? Why does it matter? Everyone's also afraid of the swass marks in the front too. They're like, I love to wear pink pants, but I can't because there's sweat marks. I'm like, you're
People
at the
sweat.
gym sweating.
I'm sweating right now.
I'm literally wet right now, literally soaked under my pit.
Soggy.
And guess what? I don't care. I don't care. Anyway.
If you're wondering also, y'all, who this voice that's very low.
Who could this be?
Who could this be?
Ooh,
this is obviously Mr. Plant Daddy. We have
Plant
Oh, yeah, I guess the people are listening. Hi, everyone. I was just like, oh, they'll see me on camera.
I love that.
It's a podcast,
It's
idiot.
a podcast, dummy.
This is Plant
stupid.
Daddy, and if you don't know Plant Daddy is my boyfriend. We called him Plant Daddy at first because
We were trying to mask.
we were trying to mask, but also it's nice not to share names just in case things didn't work out. Like, you know, you just never know. And
Did you have those thoughts?
No,
you didn't think it was going to work out.
She literally goes, I don't think it's going to work with this one, but let's talk about
just
him on the
make up
pod.
a name for him so we don't have to deal with it later.
No, but crap, I was gonna pull up the first message I sent on Hinge. Will you grab me my phone, actually?
No,
Do you have a screenshot?
He has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent
Plant
them
Daddy
to
has
you.
it.
So
We're good.
I'm gonna
I'll just have to
show.
skip through my nudes.
I'm gonna read. We went through Hinge, and I was like, where did Plant Daddy come about? So we found the messages, and
about all the. I
while
kind of
back.
vaguely remember
here.
this.
yeah. So I'm gonna read here. You want to read?
Well, first of all, should we set the scene a little bit?
yeah,
yeah.
go for it.
This is maybe a tangent, but I'll share it. So on Hinge, I don't know. This was my pet peeve. I didn't have it for very long, but when people just like your answer, like your picture, and don't say anything, I think that's kind of weird. I know you did it to me, and I responded because
you know
you're
what they want,
hot,
but you know what they're trying to do. They're egging you on.
I
They're
know,
like,
but that's
"Look
what I don't
I like
like.
you, kinda.
You
That's
know?
because you're supposed to slide in.
It's like a cat and mouse kind of thing. You know, they're like, ooh, I want to like your picture, but I'm not gonna say shit. Like, let's see what you have to say. Like, I don't know.
I get
That's
that.
what I did. I just let him. It was in his
okay.
court now.
It obviously worked out.
I also relate to that. So
yeah, like,
you're not alone.
Like just even like a couple words, like nice pic.
Yeah, but it's not Bumble.
That
so
would have
like,
reeled me right in.
You do realize that's the girls want the chase a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get
They
it.
want you to like
liked me?
chase them a little bit.
But what if I want that?
Too bad, I guess.
I want to be chased.
I'm just saying, in this situation, too bad.
I sent heart eye emoji in the first text. Eesh.
What'd you say?
Oh, I looked at her profile and she said something about going to bed early.
Okay.
I said, oh my gosh, the going to bed early thing is amazing. Heart eyes. I don't get the hype with staying up late. Oh.
Wait, that was your first DM?
Yeah.
To her, that was your first message to her?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said,
I'm a smooth talker.
You know how to get the women, don't you, Pat?
It really hasn't worked out well until now.
so very casual conversation for a little bit. Match made in heaven, I said, like literally straight away because I was like, whatever, you go to bed early, being productive, blah, blah, blah. I said, so what's your story? And he ends up
story, weirdo.
Yeah. I feel like we were talking about drinking. I said, so did you grow up in Minneapolis? Like, what's your story? LOL. And then he tells me about himself. So he grew up playing hockey. Dinah, who's a little piece of shit when he was younger.
Ayo.
And then he was saying,
wait, you were a Dinah?
Yeah. Isn't that a
wait, that is a curveball.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. No, I'm just kidding. Literally, that's like a kind of a scary sign. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Who were you? Who's
Shout out Hornets.
Go Hornets, go.
And then he said, and now I'm an engineer at a small renewable energy company, which I love because I'm a closeted hippie and I don't want all the plants and animals to get fucked so hard by humans.
Humans are fucking the plants and animals.
So then I said, okay.
Really hard.
I said, okay. I see you, little hippie plant daddy.
Oh, that was like right away.
Wait, you said that
quick.
and you go, oh my God, I called him Plant Daddy. I remember you were like, I called him Plant Daddy. Is that weird?
No, that was
remember?
Over audio message when I was here.
Oh.
We were like on a high after recording.
And then you were going to go on your first date.
Yeah. So I was like, see you soon, Plant Daddy. I was like, that was weird, but whatever.
Yeah. And then you sent it. You're like, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
So that was the first time I called him Plant Daddy, hence, which is why we call him Plant Daddy, because you're a
and that's
closeted
who's sitting
hippie.
here on the podcast with us today. Plant Daddy, the Plant Daddy,
Hello.
the Soph Plant Daddy. Ayo. And your shirt says Modern Times Cafe, and there's a cat on it, but the cat cafe is not Modern Times.
No, it's not a cat cafe. I actually didn't even know cat cafes existed until like
Ben loves a cat cafe.
Ben does love a cat cafe. That's what I've heard anyways.
Okay, closeted hippie. Explain more.
Oh, I don't know. I love the earth, you know?
You don't have to be a hippie or in the closet to love the earth.
No,
you know
I don't think I'm closeted. I'm working on coming out of the closet about it actually, but I feel like sometimes it gets a little preachy when people are like, oh, yeah, I love the environment. You're killing it. Like everything you do, you use a fucking plastic straw. I hate you. But so I try not to be like that, but
think about the people that are like, well, who cares anyway? Like, just use the plastic straw because everything's killing the planet. I'm like,
there's probably a happy
that is
medium.
not the mindset though. Like, don't like throw everything out of the window. Like, just because we're all killing it. Yeah, we are. Yeah, but let's be a little bit better.
Yeah, you can do your best. And
I will say, be perfect, but I have been before I met him, I would use paper towels all the freaking time. I still do.
Should I? But can I spill
your
dirty secret?
What's your dirty secret?
But now I use
Sophie doesn't recycle. Oh my God.
Jordan doesn't either. And I had to force him to.
That's because I heard that only like 2%
but that's where it's like, well.
Okay, tell them. Why should we recycle?
I mean, you're probably right, to be honest. Like, it's probably not making a huge difference, but like, you know.
A little difference.
If you try your best, that's all you can ask for. I don't know.
Yeah, you try your best and you succeed.
Yeah, like that's someone else's deal. Like, I'll do what I can, and then it's on the shitty recycling companies.
Fair enough. Well, either way, you're a closeted hippie. You're plant daddy. That's who you are. That's who you want to be. Ayo, welcome to the stage. Ayo, last episode in the studio at my house, by the way, BTW. This studio literally resides in my current office, and we are moving. So I'm not going to tell you where that is either because I've almost spilled my address and like literally spelled out my literal home address on here like 6 times. Okay.
I'll say it. Do you want me?
No. Don't do that.
Come on by, everybody.
What we will say is that it's Starby Studios. Yep. Mr. Ben Starbacher hooked us up. We love you, and
we love you.
Eventually, we think there may be a little room for like eventually some audiences to pop in here and there. So.
Exactly. Without further ado, though, let's do straight Candid moments because we got to dive right in. We got like a game to play. We've got like shit to talk about. We got to go, people.
Let's go.
Let's get on our toes. The sick girl's pushing you along. I feel like I'm talking like this in your ear. Like, come on, everybody, let's go. Play. Come on, straight Candid moments. Like that's how it feels.
Like Rudolph when he gets the thing put over his nose.
The clay one.
Yeah, that's a sad.
That is a sad story. Yeah. Plant Daddy, do you have a straight Candid moment?
I do. Yeah, I'm switching it up. I had a couple that I was playing around with in my head, but I want to keep it PG for now. So
okay.
And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know the whole point of a Candid moment is to be like vulnerable, right?
Yeah.
And talk about insecurities. So there was one that came up right before we started recording.
Oh, you're not gonna.
So everybody, it's sad, but I am going bald a little bit. I'm losing some hair. I'm actually shocked the drain doesn't clog every time I shower because that much hair comes out. And so I put my headphones on before we started.
Oh, Pat.
And Sophie takes one look at me and she says, she looks in my eyes, dead in my eyes, and she says, "You look ugly as fuck right now."
She did not say that.
Yes, she did. She literally. She looks like.
Pat,
sure, I was. I'm kidding.
All I did was adjust his headphones because his hair looked bad.
It was nice of her. It was nice of her.
You did. What did you say? Actually,
I adjusted his headphones because his hair was flying up. I'm like, it looks like it's flying up, and
it looks a little thin up there, which is true. It did look thin up there.
Sad, but wait. Thank you for being vulnerable, though. That's like a big deal.
Yeah.
I feel like we've always wanted to talk about this in general on a podcast because it's like something that's so like, oh my God, balding. But I know a million bald people and it's really not a big deal. And it's evolution and it's genetic. Like you lose the hair of like, isn't it your mom's side's dad or something like that? Your grandpa?
Yeah. Something like
I think you that's match their
the
pattern
best guess.
Yeah,
it's like your mom's dad.
But it's normal. Like 50%
like,
of the population is bald.
Is that true?
No, I made that stat up, but it's got to be like around that.
I believe it.
I think it's around that for sure. Could you Google it?
Maybe like 50% of men. Because like girls do go bald, but
I will say we have gotten a lot of messages. Like I remember when we asked like what they wanted from a guy perspective, like the insecurities. The insecurities around going bald. And so
like, are you doing anything to like proactively prolong the hair?
I actually am.
Like what do you do?
There's like a couple. There's one medication I'm taking. You can use over the counter stuff. So like finasteride is the prescribed one.
Okay.
I don't know. I could get real nerdy.
I don't think we.
No, we don't need to go too far in. But I'm like, people are wondering too because there's people out there that won't even tell anybody.
Men.
I know people that wear hats. They don't even take their freaking hat off because they're not doing, and that's gonna make it worse.
What I like
because it pulls your hair off.
Let me tell you something. If you're a guy and you're going bald, what I will say is what I like about Pat is like he's not like trying to wear hats all the time to cover it up. He literally is like, it's just hair. Like.
Yeah, and you're like,
I'll shave it off eventually when it gets really bad.
The confidence around it, it's
attractive. I feel like, like who cares?
I'm fine.
I'm going bald attractive.
I'm trying to help you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm trying to talk you through your bald story. You know what I mean?
Like, do you have a straight candid moment?
I do. I have two actually. One is just funny and short. The other one is just like a little bit of like a what the hell. Okay, first one. I thought it would be a great idea because Jordan was not in a great mood to go on a date night to mini golf.
Cute.
And I was like, this will be perfect because, he obviously is going to beat me. I'm not that good at golf. I'm getting ready to golf. So we go to Big Stone Mini Golf.
Oh my God.
Shout out.
Kicked his ass.
So much fun. They've got goats everywhere. I love goats.
Hold up.
They have so many goats there.
Pause.
They have goats everywhere.
Goats at mini golf? That's
oh my God,
Where is this place?
Big Stone Mini Golf. The Mound. It's so much fun. I love it. I've loved it for forever. Go there. Okay. So we go and we're playing and I'm like, I'm not going to do very well. Like I get up there and I'm like, first hole wasn't very good. Like whatever.
First time never.
All of a sudden, next hole in one. Jordan's like, what? And I'm like, I don't know what happened. Next one, it's a par 3. I get 2. And he's like, what the fuck? Wow. I literally kicked that mofo's ass. I won. I got 3 holes. 3 hole-in-ones. 3.
That's pretty impressive.
Was he so
He literally was pissed. He was so pissed.
So you're like cute date night.
I made it worse. At first he was like, wow, babe, good job. And then we get towards like last 3 and he's like, there's literally no physical way for me to make a comeback here.
He's like not having a good time anymore.
Yeah, and he's like, there's got to be some weird ripples or something. Like my ball keeps getting caught in the like crack. Like it's like and you're like reasoning
I hate when the ball gets caught.
But
in the
you're
crack,
reasoning how it's happening, and you're like, oh my God. So anyway, I beat Jordan at mini golf. I thought that was a really big deal. I had to share that because it's actually a big deal for me. The second part is I've weaned back on going out because I like feel better when I don't go out. Like I genuinely don't like to be hungover. I feel like a situation always comes about when you go out, whether it be I put myself in a position where I drink too much, or I see somebody that isn't very nice to me and I don't really want to see them, or I feel awkward in the morning because I'm like, oh, was I socially awkward? I just get this bad, weird anxiety mindset. Okay. So I'm out. This was 2 weekends ago, and I'm walking around and I see this girl and she kind of like gets in my face a little bit, like in my way on purpose. And she's like, you look so familiar. And I was like, I don't know like what it could be. And she goes, you're dating Jordan, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I am. And she's like, that's so crazy. And just like looks at me and I was like, yeah.
She's really like, I'm dating
no, like, no, I literally was like, what the hell counter universe am I going to be in right now?
He's actually my sugar daddy.
No, wait. She goes, I went on a date with Jordan. Yeah, I went on a date with him a few years ago. Oh, God, he was so boring. So boring. Like, worst person so ever. Mean. Whoever would be with him, like, good luck. To my face. I'm at a bar. I don't even know who this is. And I go...
She sounds lovely.
I go, well, that's too bad, I guess, for you. I didn't know what to say. I'm not mean. Like, when in that weird, awkward situation...
Honestly, when you look back at it, there's so many things you could have said, but you could be
like, oh my God, yeah.
I feel bad that you didn't bring out the fun side in him.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh,
I know, I should have, but you're not witty when you're not expecting someone to be mean. And I just go, okay, well, anyway. And I just kind of walked around her. I was just like, that was weird. That was so weird. And I was like, God, the sad part about it is like, I'm like, I want to go out and I want to do all these fun things. And I like hitting the town sometimes. Unless I'm in the city,
you always get a sassy girl.
I always get a fucking sassy girl when I go out. And I'm like, why am I here? Why am I here? You're annoying. God. And then
You're annoying.
I hate everyone.
Like, fuck. So I went up to the bar. I got 2 water moccasins, idiot.
Oh my God.
And then I did another hot lap and I left just by myself because I was like, God damn it. You put me in a bad mood. I tried to walk it off.
That's annoying.
Isn't that weird?
Don't let that bother you though, because I'll tell you right now that like it's who you're with too as a partner. Like I think you bring out a good side in Jordan for sure. Like he probably has. We're all fucking boring sometimes. We're not always going to be.
So am I.
We're not always on a podcast trying to be like exaggerate everything we're doing.
But isn't that the weirdest encounter you've ever heard in your whole life? Like it's interesting how people the haters, they're always going to be there. Whether you are liked or not, you're always going to have haters. You're always going to have people who are in a bad spot in their life that want to bring other people down for absolutely no reason. Whether they be salty, whether there's something else going on, just beware of those people. Know that it's not, the thing is the intention is to hurt you, but it's because they're hurting. So just try your very fucking best to be bigger and leave the situation. That's it. That's all I have to say.
And if you haven't listened to Leah's episode, last episode, she talked a lot about haters and actually how it pretty much brought her to fame.
It literally did.
Yeah.
So I saw your tweet about that. Yeah. That's funny.
You like that? You like that?
I was just going to say that you should write children's books because that was like, it was a good story, but then you brought it full circle with a moral. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
You do bring
you always have a moral to a story.
Full circle.
Yeah.
It's full circle.
You should write children books.
Oh my God, that would be kind of fun.
All right, children.
Yeah.
Speaking of going out and drinking,
don't go out and drink.
You could
but when you do,
no, but I have a straight Candid moment regarding.
Go ahead.
Regarding going out drinking.
Okay.
So my straight Candid moment happened this past week. I also was like, let's hit the town. It was a Wednesday night. I decided I don't work Friday. Let's get some margs. Invited some people to Centro, had a good time.
So bummed I couldn't be there, by the way.
Got a parking ticket, all the fun, had some really funny laughs at dinner. It was a great time. Got 2 pitchers of margs, so I was feeling good.
Spicy marg or regular?
Regular.
Okay, fair.
Reg.
It's fine.
Spicy's better.
Yeah.
And whenever I have tequila, I definitely it's in the cards to have sex. Like I do want to. Like if Pat knows I'm out, and it's never.
Oh my God!
It is never normal, like a normal type of sexual encounter when there's any tequila in my system.
No, it's really weird.
No, this was why it got weird. I'm gonna spare all the details. Don't worry, it's not gonna be completely raunchy.
I'll fill in all the details.
But
that's not how it happened. It went like this.
We were
I have pictures to show you.
I think it was funny because we were getting nasty with it. And I remember saying to you, I've never felt so comfortable with someone, having sex.
Yeah, that was actually, that's
that is really cute.
Because I realized,
a sex story can get up till this point. Yeah.
I realized we do laugh a lot when we're having sex. We literally have a sexy moment and then we die laughing. A sexy moment, laugh.
And it's very back and forth.
That's a good balance though.
But I woke up the next day and I remember...
Oh God!
So I go to.
That makes it sound kind of bad on my part, and I remember.
Yeah. But I just it was full circle.
It was consensual.
When I woke up. Yes. So I'm at work and I'm talking to my friend and I'm like, I just remember. This is what I remember of the sexual encounter. I remember the whole thing, but this part in particular.
It was memorable.
At one point when we were thrusting,
oh God,
I was going taco, 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 taco.
Are you kidding?
And then I go, say it with me now. And then we both go, taco, 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 taco.
Are you kidding me right now?
And then
extra guac.
$2 extra.
And then we were like, let's use that when we want to have sex. So now it's the word taco, taco, taco.
Nuh-uh. And that's how you know?
Well, we decided
it's pretty recent. So I don't think we've really used that out.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
How did that come up? I don't know.
I don't know. I was getting margs and tacos and I don't know.
I love how you also thought that was normal.
He did it.
You were just whatever. Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
I mean, I was whatever, but I think we both knew. We said at the time, we're this is really fucking weird. And that didn't stop us.
And you just did it.
He plays along. That's why it's fun.
Ben and I would be in the background like this, arms up, waving side to side. Taco, hey, cheering you guys on.
We're just taco.
We'll tell you next time, and you can come do that.
Wow, I'm warm.
I hope my family's
I'm laughing
not
my ass off.
watching
Wow,
this.
family. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
and
Mom.
Pat's
Hi,
family.
Dad.
Wait,
Jesus.
We gotta focus one person on a mic. Number one, but number two, if you are Pat's family, just know this is fun, and we are so sorry.
We're kidding. This is for entertainment purposes only.
I would never have sex with your son.
No, never. Okay. Anywho,
we're not married yet, everyone. That's why we're waiting.
Welcome to the Plant Daddy and Sophie show. Come on in. Hey. I have a game for you two. And it's going to be a little about the couple game.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you questions, and you're going to answer me kind of quickly, not fast. Like some may trail on, but I want you to keep it upbeat. Keep it light, keep it fun. People are going to learn a little bit about yourself. Got it?
Should you count down like 3, 2, 1, we say our answer at the same time? Or like, how's this working?
No, these are kind of more fun, like, because you'll answer, like, it's about you first. Okay. And if any of the fun, spicy, there's spicy ones mixed in.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Ready.
But they're not like yes or no's.
Okay, got it.
Before we start,
yeah,
I'm being vulnerable again.
Okay.
I've gotten poop. No, I've gotten 2 comments, one from Ben, one from you, about my microphone, and I was told to hold it like I was sucking a penis.
Like almost like your lip is going to touch it. I just want to make sure I get
it right before we start.
Okay.
like this close or
like a little bit right there.
No, I made the reference.
What were you telling me?
I was telling you like we got to do one person on the mic. So side comments are good, but you got to keep them to a minimum. Okay, go.
Okay.
Oh,
like if someone's talking,
you can't be like yeah, and then it drowns, it like drowns someone out. Okay,
I definitely do that. Sorry,
it's okay.
I'm a big
You're doing great
commenter when people are
you
talking.
Are.
He is the peanut gallery.
You literally are the
like
peanut gallery.
I can't stay I can't stop talking. I'm just like, oh,
it's okay.
Really? I feel like usually it's engaging in conversation,
it is.
But
oh, it is. Babe.
This is my first podcast.
That's why
podcast.
When we talk to each other, do you notice how I like turn and I look at you because Soph and I have to do it so that we know that we're like. I'm talking right now, and then she'll go, and then
the scenes.
See, so then we're trying our best. Okay, game time. You ready? Let's fly in. Soph and Plant Daddy game. Bada do. You guys met on Hinge, right? So I can't even ask the how did you meet question.
The internet was good to us, yeah.
Okay. What was the first picture that got you excited about each other?
I remember one with his shirt off.
I'm such a whore.
But he was playing beer pong, which is also like not my type. Like,
wait,
are you kidding?
Really?
I don't think that's true.
There was a ping pong table in it, I swear.
That's
not why I matched with him. I also saw one of him on his mom's lap as a 24-year-old man, which I thought was cute. And I saw one of him hugging a tree. I remember.
Oh my God. I remember that photo. You showed it to me. Mm-hmm. You were like, look at this guy.
It's okay if you don't remember.
I was doing more than hugging the tree. If it was a video, you would have. Yeah, it was a picture. So it looked like I was hugging. But.
That's awesome. Okay, what was the first photo that you got excited about, Sophie?
Do you remember?
I honestly don't remember. I feel like.
Really?
I mean, obviously, I thought you were hot when I saw your hinge, but I don't have like one picture that sticks out in my head. Like, I feel like our conversation more was what.
Yeah. I agree. Because there's a lot of, I'll be honest, there's a lot of cute people on dating apps, especially because you never know if it's real or fake, whatever. The conversation is what looped me in for sure. Also, actually, no, that's a whole nother conversation. Next.
Okay. You sure? Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. Who made the first move?
I think I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Sophie did.
Details.
Well, we already kind of talked about that because like she liked my picture and then
no, like first kiss.
No, like first kiss. This is like past.
Yeah, 100%. That was you.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Okay, wait. Story. Was it first date?
So we were laying on the couch. We were definitely cuddling, like all the goods, and I was definitely giving him all the signs, like getting this close, you know.
Yeah.
And I leaned in. I would say like 70%. Then he went to 30, and then we made out, and it was hot.
I think that's accurate.
Wait, cute. Yeah. What date was it?
Second. Because our first date was just like we got coffee for 30 minutes.
And that's the thing, like make out guys usually wait. So sorry to interrupt you. Guys usually wait, I feel like, later on than the second date. But I like knew I wanted to kiss him. So I was like, I'm just going to make the move because I know he would kiss me back.
Yeah, you're like, I'm just going to do it. Yeah. Whatever.
So what if I didn't want to?
What if I didn't
I wasn't ready.
You were like, you were cuddling and
I was ready.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So differences. What's the biggest difference between you two? What's your like biggest opposite?
First?
No, I don't really know. I feel like we're more similar than different, but we definitely have differences. Do you have one at the top of your mind?
I feel like I am a little messier than you. I'm not messy by any means, I don't think, but like
your place is clean. I feel like your place is clean.
Our threshold of messiness is different. So like he would never let it get like really messy at all. But like I also get like OCD and weird about things. So like all of a sudden I will realize that I'm feeling anxious because something's dirty, and then I stop everything I'm doing and like start like aggressively vacuuming. Can you do yeah,
I agree. I like it doesn't make me anxious when things are messy. I just like would rather have them clean. So like if things get messy, it won't ever like stress me out to the point that like oh my God, I need to clean this instant. So,
and we can get into like living talk later.
I know, I'm going to ask
personality wise, I would say, I think you're really good at, I guess, like setting boundaries. Do you have something? Okay, you go.
Okay, go ahead.
One. And when I say it, I think you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's so obvious. You're way better at like, I don't want to say being confrontational, but I'm so passive. Like I'm not even passive aggressive. I just like
if something is bothering him, he would never say something.
No, because chances are it's not going to bother me in 30 seconds. So I just like let it blow over. But you'll say something, which isn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm. With anyone, I don't like confrontation. So if I feel any sort of tension, I bring it up. Like me and Sid do this all the time. Like we have to, or else I'm sitting with anxiety. And if something's bothering me, like right away, because I just can't hide it.
Which is good.
Yeah. It is good.
I do appreciate that.
How do you find a happy medium then? Like how are you like working on that? Because that is a pain point of some people's relationships that are listening right now, I'm sure.
I'll tell you how I get past it with Pat, because I know he's not as open with sharing how he's feeling emotionally about like random little things. Aww. You know, I usually can tell if something's like a little off. So I would ask.
I get quiet. I feel like,
he gets a little quiet but he's very, very comforting to me always when I am like anxious and all that stuff. But what I'll do, and what I learned from it from Renee.
Oh yeah, I love
Renee. Which is we had Dr. Renee Siegel.
I think it was 85.
Yeah, somewhere around there. She's a relationship coach. Come on, Ben, that's your job.
I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
Look it up.
But you so not only ask like, how was your day? You know, guys are like, good. This is you all the time.
That's 100% me.
And I go,
it was good.
And I say, like, I'm like, tell me more, you know, and then they tell you a little bit more. Do I do that too?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Like tell me more. I need really specific questions sometimes. Like, I would never bring something up on my own about myself, I don't think.
So then you have to ask like, oh, well, my boss told me this. You have to say, how did you feel about that?
Oh.
And then it forces them to get a little vulnerable. Like, it was good. Like, I'm a little stressed about it. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want.
I won't lie. Jordan does the same shit. So I'm like, this is like, I'm totally relate to you guys in that. Like, he's just the same. He's like quieter and he doesn't want to talk about himself. I get that. I respect it. But also it's hard for the other person because they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tell me something. I want to know about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why I'm working on it, is because like in my head, I'm like, oh, nobody cares what I fucking had going on today. But like, if it were the other way around, I'd be like, why isn't she talking to me? This is super weird. So then,
there I am, like taking 2 hours to explain my day.
Literally you. And then I grabbed a block of cheese and I ran out the door.
And then good. And I'm like, oh, I just feel bad because I feel like I'm talking about myself all the time. And Pat is someone who, like, even coming on this podcast, he's like, why do I talk about myself?
Why do people care what I have to say?
Pat.
And it's not in a bad way. I don't know.
I get that though. Okay.
Pity me.
You're working on it. But hey, everyone, feel bad. But the best part about this is you're living proof that you're like talking through it and communicating is the best way to do it. Yeah. Literally, that's
100%,
it. Okay. Love it. Pat, you're vegan.
How'd you know?
I just knew. I looked at you and I said, that's a vegan boy.
That looks like a vegan dude.
How do you guys do that? Because you live together now. How is that working? Because you don't eat meat.
I eat meat.
Okay. Talk about this for a sec.
We mostly eat separate meals. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
It sounds kind of sad when you say it like
is.
That.
But we eat together a lot.
Yeah. We'll sit.
Do you feel like you need to go vegan because he's vegan?
No. And that's actually a good point because, someone asked that with one of our anonymous questions. Like, I know Sophie dealt with a disordered eating past. Like, how does that affect you? And again, like I think I shared this on my story too, but I really dislike when people have dietary restrictions because they think it's healthier. For example, people are vegetarian or they're gluten-free or they're dairy-free because they're like, oh, like, it'll help me lose weight. And it's an excuse to not eat certain foods at certain times. So that triggers me a lot. But on our first date, I had to ask you, I was like, do you think vegan is healthier than normal? Like, and it was, if he would have answered, yeah, like I would have had a really hard time like getting over that. But
really?
You're vegan because
I like animals.
That's why you have a cat on your shirt.
Yes.
I knew it right away. I said, that's a vegan guy. No big guy wears a cat shirt unless he's vegan.
Wow.
I think the funniest part is Sid introed that as like, you look vegan. And you look at Pat.
I know, he's just the biggest, meatiest man. You're like, Jesus Christ.
I'm a skinny little vegan boy.
God help us. Okay, I'm going back and forth now because we're getting a little spicier, okay? You ready? You're comfy now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm super comfy. No, I thought I'd be way more nervous, to be honest.
You're fine. You're doing totally fine. You're great.
Thank you.
Do you guys have any kinks? Sex kinks? Sexual kinks, yeah. Oh God!
We told the taco thing already. Like, that's pretty freaking weird.
That's weird, but do you have one? You clearly do, because you're looking at it like, oh my God.
You do look like you have one. I'll let you go.
Well, we were joking about it last night.
Do tell.
Do tell.
I don't know how to explain this without it coming out so weird.
I'm scared.
Well, then we're like,
ooh, I remember now. Yeah, it's going to sound weird. Just say it.
Can you try to explain it?
No, you're the one that brought it up.
No, you have to explain it. I don't know. We'll be like, I don't know how to preface it.
Dive right in. Don't preface it with anything.
We'll be like, make it like a little taboo or weird.
Yeah. Oh
like,
God.
We'll be like, oh, is this your? I can't. We have to.
Okay, since Sophie's getting uncomfortable, I'll bail her out. So I feel like now I'm going to preface it after I said not to preface
snort
it.
on the mic.
Wait, is that what that was?
Yeah, it was her snort.
I thought someone like tapped the mic. Anyways, so I feel like it comes from, like when you have your first kiss or whatever, like it's just exciting.
You're doing really well. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It is fun.
Ooh, like you get like butterflies and like that just naturally goes away when you're in like a relationship with someone. Not that I don't.
Yes,
I get butterflies around.
Yeah.
But anyways, so if we like start getting a little frisky with each other, I'll say something like, "Oh my God, I don't know if like I'm not ready for this. This is my first time."
we pretend like we're virgins every time,
and it's like.
Like, oh, no one's ever touched me there.
Oh my God.
I think I like that.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Oh, this is a little scary.
Am I sweating through my sweatshirt right now? Because I am so
I wore black
sweaty. Holy Christ.
That was a good way to explain it.
I thought you were going to say like, sometimes we wear a blindfold, like sometimes we use
way weirder than that.
Sometimes we pretend like we've never been seen before naked, like literally, like oh my word. Okay, well, first of all, I love you guys.
I kind of get that actually.
Yeah,
I get it though.
Yeah, I get it 100%.
Childlike.
Scary. Okay.
Wait, kind of to mix in. This is my question for you guys. Like, I almost want to do like. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. And then on a scale from 1 to 5, like how kinky is the other person?
That's
like
literally,
how vanilla?
That was one of my ones down here.
Way.
No, do it.
Okay,
That's perfect.
So let me think. So how kinky is Pat?
Yeah. So like 1 is like extremely vanilla, like just wants missionary. And then 5 is like, we'll try some crazy shit.
Okay.
And then you're doing it about the other person.
Other person.
Is it will try or like that's the only way to like get them going?
No.
Is to try.
I think
will.
Just like willing?
Like willingness, like who they
down for whatever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, think about it for 2 seconds.
I've got mine.
You good?
Or the other person.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
4.
Oh! Wait, good. Yeah! You like it?
Not too much, just
enough.
Not a 5.
It's more like a soft serve chocolate swirl.
I'm sweaty.
It's hot in here. Okay, let's go back to a non-sexual one. What is the biggest pet peeve of the other person? The biggest pet peeve that you have of the other person there.
I know what you're gonna say for me.
I don't know what I'm gonna say for you.
Okay, go ahead.
It was going to be like our threshold of cleaning. That was one of them. Like I definitely just like hit something faster than him. Well, since we did talk about his hair, I got to talk about the hair because.
Oh, this is, I actually feel bad about this. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, there is something you can do. We could be cleaning it up after we shower every time, but
we could be cleaning it up every
together.
time after we shower.
Hold hands. Let's clean.
Like, I clean the bathroom floors a lot, and they're white tile, and his hair is dark. So when he's done showering, there's hair on the ground, and it just looks nasty. So I have to like vacuum it often or wipe it often. So then I'm like,
sorry.
I'm just like, can you clean it up when you're done? Like,
oh, it's okay, Pat.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I know he makes me feel bad. So
no,
then I'm like,
I'll
do it. I'll do it.
No.
But yeah, I mean, that's my pet peeve of yours. So
yeah,
that's a fair one.
And that's a little bit of a pet peeve, but it's more just like.
And it just grosses me out because I'm like standing on it.
It's okay. Jordan talks about it all the time.
Yeah. Looks like pubes.
Yeah, and when you sit on the toilet, you're like close to the floor.
Yeah, and you can see it.
And when you're there for like a long time, you're like, oh God, there's a lot of hairs in here.
And then they start moving.
I know, and then they start talking to you, and they're like, what the hell? Hey, Pat, it's me. Remember me?
You also get a bathroom Roomba.
Dude, I've said that. Yeah.
Wait, let's do that.
House stuff. Okay, what's your pet peeve?
That could be our pet. Oh, I actually don't.
Pet peeve.
Oh, she's giving me a hint. Thank you. Yeah, this is a good one. And it's not really a pet peeve because it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily annoy me. No, but I'm like, I just want to explain myself because it like truly does not annoy me. It just is like confusing. Thank you. Sid, for those listening, Sid just put the mic closer to my mouth because I'm stupid. It was drifting far. It was yeah. Goodbye. Anyways, but yeah, like Sophie just won't close anything, like containers. Like she'll leave the lid, she'll use something, unscrew the lid, put it like rest it back on top, but not screw it at all. And a lot of times I'll go and grab something and like grab it by the lid and put it on the counter. And so I've spilled. Well, when we first started living together, I definitely spilled like a couple things that were like powders that are just like so messy.
Such a bitch to clean up.
And now I've gotten used to it, so I'll like check them quick first. But yeah, we're working on it.
I get it.
Yep.
Okay, well,
we're working on it.
My mom is also always like on me on that. Like I won't close the cereal box. I won't close like the top of a protein powder container.
We are similar in the relationship, and you and Jordan are similar in the relationship. It's like I feel like I'm seeing parallels. Wait, what were you gonna say?
I wanted to hop in because this kind of like adds to the pet peeves. So we've had podcasts where they talked about things that you brought to, because you guys live together now. You brought to the apartment. So she's talked shit about
you talk shit about
mug.
me.
She's talked shit about your holographic
mug. We almost broke up about that tiki mug.
I knew it, dude.
I love that mug, dude.
She's talked shit about the holographic turtle.
No, that was Sid. Sid talked shit about the
I did not talk shit.
Wait,
I did not.
The metal
one?
It was
Sid.
No, I didn't talk shit about it. I didn't talk.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
I said it's very large. That's it.
Got a large
I said,
turtle.
wow, that's a big turtle.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Hey.
No, not like talking shit, but just bringing up like, oh, these are things.
Safe.
What is something that Soph has brought to the apartment that you're just kind of like if that were your life, you wouldn't have it?
Great question.
He's too.
I actually really like all the decorations and stuff.
But
I know what you're gonna say.
Big but you do have a lot of clothes.
Clothes.
This
is a funny story, actually.
Oh, there's a story? I wasn't going to tell a story. I don't have very much space.
The closet. I've seen the closet. I've literally seen the closet.
My mom came and looked at it, and she goes, she was like, oh, is that the only space you have?
And I'm like standing behind him like, oh, but like he has this spot. It's
trying to justify.
It's like the other corner. I'm like, fuck.
And I actually really don't care, but it is kind of funny.
You do have a full walk-in closet, and you also have an entryway closet that is full of shoes. I know this because I've seen both.
That is true.
Yeah, you have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She got a lot of stuff.
And this is my issue is it's all shitty shit versus like high quality. So you can have like half of what you need versus. And like here I am with a lot of clothes wearing my dad's pants. So that's fun.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, these are going to go faster, okay? Something you have learned to love about the other person.
Is the learned
it could be like
key? Like I didn't love it at first and now.
No, we're just human. Like you usually, once you phase out of the honeymoon phase, you're like, oh that kind of bugs me. But like, I actually love it about them. Or like, it could be like how Soph is so beyond social, but like you admire that about her. You know what I mean?
I'm not beyond social though.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or she's straightforward, you know?
Okay. I don't know how to answer that. I feel like because we're probably still in the honeymoon phase a little bit.
That's okay.
Like I don't, there's not something that I've learned to love because I liked everything about you. I feel like.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, but maybe we can. I like you actually prompted.
Here's an example though. He goes, yeah, maybe
you did prompt a good question.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and I'm like 100% stealing what you said, Sid. So thank you for that. I think if it were up to me, I would just like get comfortable, like, because I don't like going out either. Sid said that at the beginning, so relating back to you, but no. So I would probably just like sit at home every single weekend and be like totally fine with that. And clearly that's like not that healthy to do. So you do like force me to like go out and hang out.
And
with
like,
people.
I don't love doing that either. So I do love that about him is like, I don't feel like a piece of shit when I need to just stay home and watch TV and eat popcorn and cuddle and not do anything with anyone and not be social. But I do get like little urges. But see, like we both like love that. It's like if we're together and we're antisocial together, we're not really antisocial.
No, because you're with another person.
So, but occasionally I'm like, I want to go grab dinner or something. So then you end up coming and you end up enjoying it.
And I always like have a, like I like hanging out with people and like seeing people. I just think I like am a lazy motherfucker and would just sit at home if it were
I get it. I totally get it. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, right?
Sorry,
okay.
that was supposed
That's
to be
okay.
fast.
No, that's right. Okay, this one's just for Pat. What has it been like maybe adjusting to having a relationship that's a little bit more in like the public eye because we talk about everything about our lives on the podcast?
That is a really good question because I
never asked him that.
Her eyebrows go up. She goes, shit.
I don't know. I haven't really noticed until sitting here on this podcast, I guess. But no, like I don't mind. Like I don't care when people know stuff about me necessarily. Like to me, I've gotten over that.
Yeah.
And I never really like had an issue with that. It's more so just like we talked about earlier, like sharing stuff about myself. Like that doesn't come naturally to me, but yeah, like I don't care if people know every dirty little secret about my life. Yeah. So like whatever. Yeah. Oh, you can say whatever you want about me.
Like, when we first started dating and I wanted to be able to like share fun, straight kind of moments, I asked him and I was like, can I share like where do you draw the line? Because my previous kind of like thing was like, you better not share this, you better not share that. I had all these boundaries and I felt I'm like, this is not who I am. And I like wasn't being my authentic self. But I remember asking Pat and he goes, you can share whatever the hell you want. And I was like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And it's the reason I asked that is because I felt like you probably are where you are, but it's because everybody is so like, oh, like is Jordan, it used to be like, is Jordan okay with that? Would Pat be okay? Is Pat okay with that? And it's like, why would I be with somebody or you be with somebody that would restrict us in any way? Yeah. So if you're out there too and you're listening and you're in a relationship where people are like, don't tell your friends about that though. Like, or like, don't tell your family about that though. It's like, maybe rethink who your partner is because not sharing is actually not normal.
Yeah.
Like privacy is not normal. Okay. Okay. These are quick. When did you know you loved the other person? Oh,
as weird as this is, I knew on our first date that I was going, I wouldn't say that I loved you,
creepy,
but I was like, but I knew like 10 minutes into the first date, I had never had a date like that. And I never like wanted to jump someone's bones as much as I wanted to jump his bones. And he had a personality and he was nice and smart. And I was like, we're going to date.
Yeah.
So that's why I also kissed him on the second date. And that's why we talked about this last episode too, but why I also held off with like getting intimate with him. Cause I was like, I actually do really like him. I feel like I probably had the L word. I L-U'd. Whoa.
Yeah.
I loved you.
Me.
Probably like 3 to 4 months in, and we both like didn't say anything for a long time. I feel like, but because I didn't want to like scare him away, and then I'm like, you want to move in? I'm like, fuck,
shit.
I'm trying to like, when did we actually say it? I don't remember the day we said it.
Okay, I think I remember because I was there, and it was when you accidentally texted him that you love him.
Yeah, you were
drunk.
Do you
remember that? You were drunk.
You were drunk, and you're like, I love you. Like we were out. I think.
Yeah.
It was St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Or we were the weekend of.
That was accidental though.
Yes.
I definitely loved him at that point, but I hadn't said it to him, and I was drunk texting you, and I said something like, haha, love you. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, just kidding, not like that. Do you remember that
Just
text?
kidding.
Do you remember that
I do,
text?
yeah. And I let it slip a few times before that too.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And I pretended like I didn't hear it. Yeah, because like it was just like naturally coming out. It wasn't like a full like, I love you. Yeah.
Oh my God, cute though.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wait, I'm an idiot. I do remember when we said, so this is so dumb. But
no, it's not. I think I know
actually
it.
like it.
It's really cute.
I was at Target probably, I don't know, it was probably like 3 or 4 months in. And I was like, I think it's heading in that direction. I will say it soon here. And there was like this section of books. It literally was like calling to me. I think it's meant for a parent to give their child. So that's a little weird. But it was like, it's like a picture book that's like, I love you with like blank name. And there was one that said, Sophia.
And then you wrote,
and then I bought it. And there's like a section at the end that you write a few things in. And there's like a spot where you draw a picture. And I think I drew a picture of like eating ass or something. Yeah. And that's how I told her I loved her.
Does everybody understand why these two are sitting next to each other now? Like, does it make sense in your brain? Like, why these two date? It just is like, it's literally like sometimes I'm looking at you and I'm like, oh God, that's Plant. That's not Sophie. Like, I literally am like, oh wait, who was this talking right there? Who said that?
But yeah, he held on to the book for a couple months and he gave me the book and that's when he said he loved me.
Oh my God, you cuties. Okay, final 2 questions. How have you guys positively influenced each other? Like, what's your favorite trait about the other person?
Oh, a lot. I mean, my favorite thing about you is that you're goofy and that we can both be weird together because I don't feel like I have to, like, think about what I'm really saying a lot. And I kind of talked to Pat about this probably like a couple weeks ago, but a lot of my life, like I felt very judged with things that I would say, which is kind of ironic that now I have a podcast and I'm like, okay, like, get your sentence out. You can do it. But Pat's very non-judgmental, very, very open-minded, like very similar values. And yeah, so we were just able to like keep it lighthearted a lot. And I never feel judged by him.
Aww.
That makes me happy to hear.
Yeah.
I think I already kind of said mine. The social thing is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I also just like that we can be like goofy around each other and like I can make eating ass jokes and like you're not ew gross.
Yeah.
Like why the heck did you say that? Because yeah, I feel like well, first of all, I haven't been in many relationships, like I said earlier, but
how long was your longest relationship?
Like 6 months, I think.
Yeah, we beat it, boy.
Yeah, boy. Let's go.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I feel like I felt like, oh, I shouldn't say that because then they won't like me, which is dumb. Like if they don't like you for saying something, why the heck would you want to be with them anyways? But yeah, that is nice.
I like that.
Oh, I like that. You two are little cuties. My final questions were actually, it was about sexual desire and it was about move-in. There were 2, but we can just put those together and make it 1. Like, has your guys' sexual desire changed like from moving in with each other, or like how do you balance that? Because that's a question that a lot of people send in and ask about too.
I like that question because yeah, when we like didn't live together, like every time we hung out, we would definitely want to like get it on like Donkey Kong. But yeah, so now, yeah, I mean, living together is definitely different. Like we're not gonna completely, every single day have sex if we don't want to. But yeah, I guess. And if we have different sexual desires, I think it's also just communication. Like, oh, my stomach hurts, or I'm tired tonight. I don't know. We just like communicate about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like in life, just in general, like you kind of go through periods too where you're like, oh, I'm just not feeling like that lately, and that's fine. Like, especially
girls with cycles. Like, there's a part of my period where I'm like, let's go, and then right when I'm done my period, which is right now, if you haven't noticed, I'm like not as like, I don't really feel like it all the time,
Yeah, or just like if anyone's like stressed or something. Like I've been. There've been a couple weeks where like I've been stressed and I've just been like, bleh.
Like get away from me. Stop touching me. Literally get away.
I don't know. I feel like the biggest thing is just like communicating through it. And like, I don't know. I feel like if people are uncomfortable talking about it, that's when it could be an issue,
Yep. I get it.
Yeah. If you're uncomfortable with that, but
also if the other person makes you feel bad for not feeling like it, I think that is a huge red flag. Like Pat's always been very like, oh no, that's okay. Like I've never felt uncomfortable being like, not right now. Or if I want to, like he's always usually, actually if I want to, you're usually open to doing it. But I
feel like it's pretty easy to make that
I love
happen.
It. You guys are cuties. Thanks for like opening up about your relationship and letting everybody like have a little eyeball into what goes on behind closed doors.
Also speaking about this conversation, I think this is good to bring up because we talked about this the other day. when guys think that it's so important to last as long as they possibly can. And me and Sid are like, why do guys think that girls want to do that for 45 minutes?
Hell to the no.
I will have sex with you less if I know it's going to take 45 minutes out of my day versus 5 minutes out of my day.
Let's keep it snappy. Like, I want to go to bed still. Like, I like don't have that much energy. You know what I mean? Like, if you can last like 5 minutes or so, wonderful. Great. Off to bed we go. Happy as a clam.
5 minutes was pretty generous.
Yeah, okay. How about 2.5 minutes?
Honestly?
I mean, like, 20 seconds.
No, like seriously, like no, but seriously, why is it that it's like an insecurity thing almost? Like, oh my God, like I've hooked up with people and I won't say names, Jordan, and it's like sorry for like, you know, sorry that wasn't like as long as usual, and I'm like sorry. I'm like, damn, I must look good.
Yeah, I'm like number one, I feel sexy as hell because like, you couldn't even stand it.
I go in the bathroom, like, it's okay, babe, and then I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God.
You got it, girl.
I got it going on or something. But seriously.
And then you're like kind of still like spunky. And then like 2 hours later, you could go again because you're not sore. You're not, I don't know. It's just
you don't have to overdo it. There's no reason to overdo it. The time thing does not actually matter. It's not embarrassing. Like it's not, it's actually a compliment.
Yes.
Seriously.
Agreed.
Okay. So I know we talked about you guys a lot, but Pat, there's a lot to you that doesn't include Sophie. I know not a lot, but like a little bit.
Not much more. She's really my whole
everything.
personality.
She's my everything. You are or did bodybuilding, right?
I did.
You did. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I did a bodybuilding show this summer. Woo! It was my first one. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends what direction you want to take it.
Speaking of sexual desire.
Yeah, that was a big one. And that's kind of what I was getting at when I was saying like, oh, if you're like going through a time of stress, like it does put like a ton of like mental and physical stress on you.
I can only imagine.
Like honestly, it's not very healthy because of that. Like you're literally like losing body fat to the point that like your hormones are getting fucked up, and like literally the last thing I was thinking about was like having sex with someone.
Was all of that worth it? Like, did you feel like you learned a lot from the experience? Like, would you do it again? All the things.
So I think I'm planning on doing it again, at least for now. I did like it. Yes. Yeah. Worth it is yes. The short answer is yes. I don't know if I'd recommend it necessarily, like, cause it's a lot to go through, but I had fun with it.
My perspective, like he wasn't himself.
I was really grumpy
for like a good month and a half.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, what? And like, is this him? And then literally right when his show was over, he was like happy, spunky, like ready to like just, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot this is what he actually acts like.
Yeah. And I think that's why I was hesitant to say like it was worth it, because like I do think it's hard on the people around you like more so. And I think that was the hardest part for me, is because like I do like being able to like please people, and you know, that's something I like truly enjoy, is like making other people happy, and you just like literally don't have the emotional energy for it, which like that part sucked, and like that part wasn't worth it, but the whole experience I'd say it was.
I feel like bodybuilding is like such a controversial thing too. It's like my dad was a bodybuilder, like it's not like it's in the family, like it's I remember my dad's like, God, I love that Pat guy. And he's like, that big guy, what's his name? I'm like, Pat. He's like, yeah. Soph's boyfriend. Yeah, I like him. Well, that's what my dad said.
We were at this gathering at your house, and
it was Jordan's birthday.
He looks at me and he goes, look at the hamstrings on that guy.
Yeah, I know. He was admiring, and he noticed, he's like, and he shaves his legs. Because my dad shaves his legs too, to like show your calves off or whatever. Don't ask. I don't have
understand. Any calves to show off.
Oh, shush. Okay, mister. But like, it's a fine line. We talked about this on our fitness episode of like, is it, I don't want to say okay. It's not like something's not okay or is okay, of like obsessing over what you're eating and how you look and all the things. But then, you know, the other side of it is like, why are we not allowed to like do a competition and like work for something and challenge our bodies like anybody who's doing a strenuous workout activity? You know what I mean? It's like this weird, like two-sided thing.
Yeah. And I think it's so dependent on like how your brain is with it, you know, because it's, to me, like I actually feel like it helped me out of some of that stuff, because I like in, I don't know, probably sophomore to senior year of college, like I definitely had some body image issues that I was dealing with, and like I almost, and this sounds probably messed up, and I don't know if this is like a good recommendation, but like I feel like it almost made it so objective that like my brain just doesn't, like I don't look in the mirror and think like, oh, your worth is like in how you look anymore. It's just like, oh, this is something I'm doing to like make my body look different, and like it has no effect on who I am as a person almost. Yeah. So I don't know. It's a weird mindset.
I get it. Interesting that you share that, because I've talked about the same thing, like with my disordered eating and macro counting and how it makes food more objective versus like, you know, an Oreo. Okay, well, I better eat the whole thing because now I fucked up, versus like an Oreo is a carb. So like, it's really interesting that like, no wonder why we probably work well with the fitness part of our relationship too, because I'm the same way.
Yeah. That's hard. That is hard though. Like I think everybody fights a little bit of like body dysmorphia struggles, especially as we're growing too, and our bodies are changing. So I feel you on that. And I'm proud of you for sharing it too. Cause it is hard. And we talk about it all the time on here of like, it's just real, but we have a hard time meeting or like having that conversation with guys.
Yeah. And I feel like it is becoming like a little more accessible, you know, because like I don't know. And there's a fine line too, because sometimes it's like almost glorified, you know, because everybody's like, haha, body dysmorphia, like almost as a joke. Like it's really not for a lot of people.
Guys always joke about
guys
and I do it too. I do it too. Like I'm so guilty of that, but yeah, I don't know. There is like a fine line between like, making light of it, and like obviously humor is a coping mechanism for a lot of people. So like it makes sense. But yeah.
When you, between the like sophomore year of college and like before the bodybuilding started, like what were you doing to like make it better, like actively? Or maybe not. The
honest answer is nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You were just like letting it kind of fester.
Yeah. And I guess I never, like I had people that, like my mom, for example, would like, she got a little worried, and it was never horrible. Like I don't want to make it seem like I had some huge eating disorder or anything, but yeah, I mean, my mom noticed like some restrictive eating stuff and like talked to me about it, and I honestly brushed it off for a while. I was like, no, I don't have an issue. Like I want to look buff. Like I'm normal. So yeah, I mean, there is like definitely a balance between, okay, like this is something that I am interested in and want to do, and not overdoing the mental side of it, where you're like having these restrictive eating habits and like putting, I think, like I mentioned earlier, like the self-worth thing, I think is a big part of it. Like if you view yourself as like, oh, my worth is in my body, that's when things really start to get fucked up. So
amen to that. Freaking amen to that. You know what this brings up? This is really kind of like a weird segue of, but like the state fair is happening right now. And you talked about this, and so did somebody else on their story. And then I thought about it when I was going to teach. I've been to classes where the coach has been like, state fairs this weekend or this week or whatever. Like you're working for it right now. You're working for it right now.
Work off those cheese curds, baby.
And it's like, that is so fucked up. Like you cannot be talking about how you should be working something off in order to go eat something that's a little bit like maybe not in your normal realm of food. Like that's really wrong. So if someone's saying that to you in your ear, that is an add-on to body dysmorphia, eating disorders, bad eating patterns. Like that's not a good and healthy habit. Like you can go a day or 2 days or a week and have really poor eating habits and have had good habits and workout habits in the past. And then you start from the day that you're on. The day that you realize, oh shit, I kind of am having bad eating patterns, or like I didn't work out for a week, I feel bad about myself. Start over.
Well, and that's,
you can't control the past.
Yeah. And that's also why in our fitness episode, we shared like progress and body changes and building muscle isn't honestly all about your workouts. You can't associate the food and workouts, which is, people might think like, okay, well, Sophie, how does that work with you and Pat if you've also had disordered eating and now he also has had this body dysmorphia? We're both like, oh, what do we do? But he actually helps me because he eats a lot of fucking food. Like I haven't
really.
And he takes so many rest days. Yep. And when he works out, he doesn't change his eating. When he's eating, it doesn't change his workout. Like it's just very consistent. And I think that has helped me realize like, just because I'm not working out today doesn't mean I need to change my eating.
Or that like you can't have a cookie. Yeah. Or you can't have pasta or something like that just like, because like you're whatever.
How do you view food associated to working out? Like,
ooh, like you said, I don't even like connect the two.
Yeah, I knew you did.
Yeah. I mean,
that's really healthy, by the way.
Right. Well, I don't know. So
I wouldn't.
Some of it.
Okay. I wouldn't say like excess eating is like in pattern very healthy, but like you were doing it for a reason. Like you were doing it for a show. Is that healthy in long term? No, probably not. But it's for a show. It's something that you're building on. It's a challenge for yourself.
Yeah.
But like having that different association with food is actually really healthy.
Right. Yeah. And I think too, just like for some people anyways, and I do get there are normal people out there that like really enjoy food and like they want that to be like a social thing and stuff. But like for me, this sounds like a robot, but like mostly what I think about when I'm eating food is like what's it gonna do to my body. And so like I don't know if that's healthy or not. For me, it feels healthy, but for a lot of people, it probably isn't. But
well, I guess for you, it's probably fueling your body. Like for other people, it's like, how is this going to change my body composition, which is not healthy all the time unless you have a goal. You know what I mean? Like, but like, I get what you're saying, but I'm the opposite. Is like I eat because I like good. It tastes good.
Pleasurable.
I enjoyed making it, and like I'm social. That's why I eat. Like I don't. If it's boring, I don't like to eat, and that's really also not healthy. You know what I mean? I'm like, ugh, I don't want to eat that. It tastes like nothing.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, it's a little off topic, but I was just going to say, like, you kind of mentioned, like, it's about the quality sometimes, not necessarily the quantity. And we went and worked out, and my mind was blown. Like, we went through, 4 exercises, and my brain had always been, like, the longer, the better. Yeah, more equals bigger muscles. And, like, you go and see, and he just does, like, 4 workouts. He's like, all right, cool, I'm out.
4 sets. 4 sets. 4 moves. Yep.
4 moves.
This is weird because even all my friends that, like, we go to the gym with, and you guys know, too, in my opinion, the people that look the best are the ones that are doing the compound movements, or like starting with the compound movement. But I'm saying the 4 movements, like patterns, like picking like 4 movements, doing like 3 to 4 reps of them.
It's because
they look great.
It's because those people aren't going to the gym for 2 hours a day. Like Pat literally can get his workout done in like 45 minutes, like in and out, and it's just consistent.
It's because I'm so lazy.
No,
whatever. It says you have the quads the size of my body. What?
It's because you pick. Like on a certain day of the week, you'll pick, your 4 lifts and you just go freaking heavy and do 3 to 4 sets.
Yeah. I mean, if you want the serious answer,
give if they're listening, like, what do you recommend?
Would say, I mean, there's just like if you think about like what your muscles are doing, there's like not that many. I mean, so I shouldn't say normal people. A lot of people will do like, okay, I'm going to go in and do like a muscle group, and they do an arm workout. Like what does your arm do? Like, well, I'll demonstrate for people that are watching, but you bend it up and you bend it down. Like that's really all there is to it. And there's like a few variations you can do in there, but in theory, like you do 2 exercises enough, like 4 sets each, do it twice a week. Like you're good. Like you don't need to do that much. Yeah. And so like people overcomplicate it and they're like, oh, you got to hit different angles, which like there's some truth to it, maybe in certain cases, but yeah, I mean, the simpler the better.
The only reason I do variety is because I get bored.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I do variety.
And that's a fair reason to do it. But yeah, I mean, that's right.
Otherwise, I'm like, la, la, la. Then I'm looking at like the ant crawling on the ceiling. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I'm at the gym.
This is like, that's a good point to bring up, though, because like a lot of my clients are like that, too. And when it comes to the actual coaches, if you talk to any coach, personal trainer, they do switch it up for the clients if they want variety. But I guarantee most coaches, I know Pat does, we do the same lifts week to week to week to week to week. All you do is change something about it. You can, like for me, I kind of like the repetition because you actually can see if you're getting stronger. You like can actually like keep notes and like add a couple pounds or add an extra rep. And that's like where the change and where you're going to actually build muscle. Yep. So yeah, it might be boring, but like switch something up, listen to different music, listen to different podcasts, like get your ass in the gym and it's 45 minutes. You know what you're doing and boom, you're done. I don't know.
I just get bored. I have terrible ADHD. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all my point was.
Yeah. That's a totally fair reason too. Like if people like variety, like 100%.
But by variety,
like,
I mean like things. Knowing that I'm going to do a quad movement, I have like 5 to choose from. So like I just do one of the other ones, switch it out.
Yes.
That's it. That's all. And that's also like, just totally normal.
On your quad day, pick like one specific quad move, like hack squat or something that you do every week. And then your other quad moves, switch them out. Your accessory movements, boom. Yeah.
Correct.
Switch it up.
Moral of the story, don't overcomplicate things.
There you go. Okay, I do not feel great, so we got to wrap it up here.
I have a listener, Straight Cannon Moment. I have an advice one too, but maybe we'll save it. Okay, listener Straight Cannon Moment written in by our girl Issa. Instagram is at Issa Energy. She was actually one of my clients a while back, and she's just a spunky little
question.
thing.
She wanted her Instagram handle shared with us?
Yeah, we put that in the Google Forms.
And she said yes?
Yep.
Okay. We're sure.
Yes, that's why I double check and put that in the Google Forms.
And her address and phone number.
It says yes or no.
You're getting spicy, dog.
It says,
quit.
Hello, ladies. I go to school at the UMN. Okay. And last year, I had a little incident during a football game day. I started the day off with mimosas and decided to go to my boyfriend's frat tailgate. Long story short, the day went on and we got pretty tuned up. My boyfriend and I decided to get Chipotle to help sober us up. We went back to my place, ate our food, and then started to have seggs. After a few minutes of having seggs, I began feeling this weird burning sensation in my vagina. I didn't bother to say anything immediately because it wasn't too bad, but it eventually worsened to the point where we had to stop. I was so confused about what was happening, but I quickly got in the shower. While in the shower, I was thinking about what it could have been, and it clicked. My boyfriend had gotten the fajita veggies and spicy salsa in his Chipotle bowl, along with the salty chips, all of which he touched with his fingers. The fingers that touched my vagine right after. Let's just say that all those things taste good, but does not feel good on the vagine. Reminder, make sure your man's hands are clean before doing the dirty. Love you guys. Owie.
Owie, mama.
That would be so painful.
Ouch.
I always have a irrational fear of someone touching animals, like animals that I'm allergic to, and then touching me.
Like a cat.
Yeah.
Like or a dog.
Last night, we had dogs all over, and my butt was really itchy. And I don't know.
I didn't touch her butt, if that's what you're thinking.
I don't know, but that's like scares me. I'm like clean hands.
Get the clean hands, dog.
Get the clean hands.
That is always scary. I don't mess with Chipotle anymore either way, regardless of the story. I just don't mess with it.
Never again.
I love Chipotle.
No,
Chipotle.
It makes my tummy hurt so bad.
It makes me feel so good. Like it feels so full and comforting. Yeah.
I used to love the burritos, and then I overdid it in college. Like I would eat them a lot.
That sounds so good.
All of a sudden now I'm hungry for a burrito.
Same. I really have to pee
after
too.
I'm like, I don't eat it that much anymore.
Let's go get burritos, people.
Pat, thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for having me on, ladies.
You feel good?
Yeah, a little sweaty, but other than that, great.
Okay, well, we always get sweaty. Who cares?
Yeah, right.
It's emotions. It's talking. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
You did. You were honest and you shared a lot of shit. I hope that a lot of people listen, learn from Pat. Sorry, I have the hiccups now all of a sudden. I'm like really falling apart. Like I can't hear very well either. Like, wow. At Candid Sid.
At Candid Soph.
At Ben Sarbacher.
At vegan.meathead.
At Straight Candid Podcast. As always, check the form out in our bio if you are wanting to write in a Straight Candid moment or a Straight Candid advice question or buy athletic greens or do all the things that you need to do. Go look in there.
And yes, it does. On the link in bio, it does say if you want your Instagram shouted out or not. So that's why I shouted out Issa. And last but not least, Vegan Meathead is also taking clients.
Oh, good shout out. She knew I wouldn't do it.
Okay, you guys.
Well, thanks for being here
next week.
Hit up Vegan Plant Daddy. Bye.
Vegan Plant Daddy.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Oh my God, I am sweating.
Yo, that one was fucking awesome. That one was a good one. There's so many good grabs.
Okay, good.
So many good grabs.